Hello everyone and welcome to the Pageant Perspective Podcast. I'm your host Candace Freeman. Just a quick shout out to everyone that supports our channel. Thank you so much for the likes, the follows and the comments. Really do appreciate your support. Today I'm joined by our co-host Tesley Mullins. Tesley, over to you.
Hi, I am Tesley Mullins and I'm joining the deep dive of the purpose of pageantry, and we're joined by Zanelle Huyzers, and she is the current title holder of the Unseen International Teen winner.
Yes.
Hi, Zanelle. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
Good. Can you please introduce yourself?
Okay. Good day, everyone. I am Zanelle Huyzers. I'm 16 years of age. I am a Miss Alberton student, and I have a few current titles that I am carrying behind my name. As for Miss Alberton Teen First Princess 2023, your Miss Excellency Ambassador 2023, and the current title holder for Unseen International Teen winner and the community winner for Unseen International 2024.
Awesome stuff.
Ooh, those are a lot of titles. So can I ask you to explain, let's start with your current title. Can you give me a little background of how you became Unseen International Teen?
Okay, so Unseen International is the first gender equality pageant in South Africa ever entered.
Whoa.
So with me entering them, I've met a few people that has extremely good talents.
Mm-hmm.
So working with Unseen was a great pleasure for me to work with them. And I am very happy that I won the title to take them forward. I'm also the first ever teen to be crowned as the winner.
Well done. That's great.
Well done.
Can I
well
just
done.
ask, sorry, what do you mean by the first gender equality?
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
So they don't look at the outside of you, they look more into the inside of you. So if you are blind, you can enter. If you are gay, you can enter.
Oh, so anyone.
So, yes.
And then
So there's no restrictions.
There's no restrictions to anyone.
Okay, that's nice.
Okay, so we understand that that's probably why you chose to enter the platform. Is it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and how do you plan to use your title to promote your platform?
Okay, so I have my own NPC called Archangel Raphael's Help is Zanelle. It is a charity NPC. So with the title, I can gather more people to support my charity NPC and to stand with me and support me in my projects that I do.
So can you explain your projects a bit more?
Okay.
Can you go into depth
what
about
is your NPC?
Yeah.
Okay, so I started with the charity when I was only 6 years old. So it's been 10 years from me doing community work.
6 years old.
Yes, I was only 6 years old.
That time we were fighting for our toys. And Zanelle was like, let me help other people.
She's like, let me change the world.
Yeah.
So I also advocate for abused women and children. I stand for them. I also stand for elderly who just gets thrown away and get into an old age home.
Okay.
I work a lot with Silver Crew and Old Age Home in Alberton. And I also do a lot for the Alberton community based on creches, taking sweets packets to them also. So I quite help a lot in my community and as far as I can go.
Yeah.
I do with my charity work.
Okay, so what is the most rewarding experience of this pageant journey? I'm sure it's helping people. I'm sure.
Well, I think the most rewarding one is obviously winning. I put a lot of effort into the title and to own the title, so I think it's the most rewarding thing.
Yeah, winning.
Yes.
Getting the crown.
Yes.
So can you tell me, have you ever done a talent performance in any of these pageants that you've been in?
Okay, so I started with Figures Alberton modeling in 2013.
Okay.
And then with them, I also won the Junior Debutante winner in 2018. And I went on the MSC cruise ships, participating in a few little modeling competitions on the cruise ships, with international agents coming to scout you to go overseas and do black commercials for them.
Okay.
So on the boat, I did dancing as my talent section. I was a dancer
I'd
for
love
6
to
years.
see that.
So
Yeah.
What type of dance did you do? What was the choreography like?
I'm a modern contempt and jazz girl.
Oh, no
It's all the
ways.
dances I did, and I also did
Zanelle,
musical
that's
theatre.
so amazing. So contemporary dancing and jazz.
Yes, and modern. It's my styles that I do
Where can I follow you? I want some moves.
on Instagram.
In Instagram. How do we get hold of you on Instagram? What do they call it, the handle?
It's just Zanelle_133.
Okay.
So, can you tell me, in your talent performance, you mentioned that you were doing pageants on the MSc. So that means you've been traveling.
Yes.
What is your most favorite place that you've traveled to, and how did it impact you? How did it feel to be on the MSc?
So on the MSc cruise ships, I was too busy with the modeling, so I couldn't get off and experience like Mozambique, where we stopped. I know was one of the, but we mostly went on the Atlantic side of the ocean and traveled to all of those countries. But we never got the chance to get off of the boat to actually go and explore. But I think just stopping there and like smelling the air, I can say, if you can say it like that, has pretty been my favorite for that week that I've been on the MSc cruise ships. And coming back and just seeing all those people on the boat that also did the pageants. I never met them before, so seeing them and do how they do it opened my eyes with pageantry.
Okay, so it gave you like a deeper insight into
Yes.
pageantry, because you were obviously surrounded by people from across the world,
Yes.
I can imagine. And did you learn anything from these people?
I did, yes. I did indeed.
What did you learn? What did you learn?
So I went for
The most impactful thing.
the most impactful thing. So I went mostly for commercial on the cruise ship, for modeling commercials. So I had two agents who wanted to scout me to go to New York City to do commercials for them. So, but at this stage I was too young to actually go overseas. So I told them just to hold on for a minute.
Yeah.
But them teaching me ways to make my performance on stage a bit more elegant and unique is probably the most impactful thing that I've learned from them.
Okay, so in the plans for the future is going to New York, the plans for the future.
Yes, I want to go overseas, mostly to California side.
Okay, so that is part of a 5-year plan. What is your 5-year plan?
My 5-year plan is obviously to grow more into the pageantry, hopefully to be Miss South Africa in 5 years.
Beautiful.
And then also to travel around the world exploring and putting myself out there with other pageants around the world.
Beautiful. Can I just add, I think, Zanelle, you're a very poised and eloquent young lady. I want to know what your opinion is and your perspective on current social issues, maybe if you have identified any, and what would you say or how would you think it can be combated?
Okay, so I've not personally experienced anything about that, but I have seen a lot of people who wanted to commit suicide or end their life due to people body shaming them or saying mean things to them if they maybe just have a weak skin or something like that. And I would say they shouldn't judge on the outside. They should probably look into the inside more than the outside.
Okay. And is there any significant challenge personally that you had to overcome in your pageant journey or in life in general? Maybe you would want to share that with us.
So
Are you comfortable with sharing?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I'm comfortable with it. So in 2020, I lost someone who was very important in my life to me. The one who probably most supported me in my pageantry. So losing him was a big wake-up call to me. I didn't want to do anything. I wanted to end modeling. I wanted to drop out of school and everything. I basically wanted to rot in my bed. That's all I wanted to do when he passed away. But with my family and my grandmother supporting me, they got me out of that dark zone, and I carried on, and I'm making him proud from above. I can say that.
Beautiful.
So basically what you went through, we would call it like a mental health issue.
Yes.
And things that happen in our lives can cause that, right? So how would you take your personal experience and you said you want to help people who have thoughts of suicide and who struggle in the social media space or have been bullied in the social media space. How would you take your personal experience and apply it to helping those who do struggle with their mental health a bit more than you struggle with your mental health?
Like I said, my family supported me, so if I can support anyone else going through a bit tougher situation than I did, I would do it with the love of my heart, support them and get them to a supportive group where they can get out of that dark zone where they are in.
That's very important, like speaking about it and knowing that they have a community.
Yes.
Okay.
And so now you seem very busy. I mean, you've been doing charity work since you were 6 years old.
Yes.
What else do you do and how do you juggle all of those things?
So I used to dance for 6 years, and with that I had modeling, schoolwork, and the charity I did. But I recently stopped dancing, so I'm more focusing on my schoolwork now. My schoolwork is the most important thing in my life.
Especially approaching grade 12.
Yes. So with that, I've set my time aside for modeling, phone time, and doing charity work.
And who helps you in all of this? You mentioned that the person that passed on played a very big role in your life. So who else is your role models, people that support you? Who are those people around you?
My mom and my grandmother.
And your granny is here today, am I right?
Yes, she is.
Hi, Gran. I'm sure your granny is so proud of you.
I hope she is.
What's the most interesting place you've been to?
I've never traveled really out of the world or far away.
Okay.
But we went to Nelspruit for a weekend.
Okay.
And I think just seeing the atmosphere, and it's pretty a quiet place to go to for just a weekend to relax, I would say it's probably the one.
Okay.
So can I ask you, what is your life motto or philosophy? What do you apply in your daily life? What do you wake up to? What do you say to yourself when you wake up?
Just that God's spared me another day, and I must be thankful for what he does. And we do our best and he does the rest, I can say.
Okay, that's an amazing motto. And how do you define success?
Well, success is not always just achieving the crown or something. Or in my case, it will not be just getting the crown. It will be building a family around you in whatever you participate in. And the success is to grow and not just you want to grow in pageantry. You don't want to stay the same as where you just entered. I would say that's the success, is to grow.
It's to grow like within yourself and allow people around you to grow with you.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So I want to ask, how do you prepare for a pageant? This is just in your own capacity. So your dress, your mental, so it's basically your physical and mental.
Okay.
How do you prepare for a pageant?
So my dress designer is actually my grandmother.
Oh
she
my
hand makes all my dresses.
Your family.
She's got the nail artist, the dressmaking, everything. That's so nice.
Yes, my grandmother makes all my dresses, my formal dresses. I do my own makeup on the day. I practice a day or two beforehand to see what I'm going to do. And then mentally, I just keep myself relaxed. I take a good night's rest before the time. Make sure I'm perfect on the day. On the day, I will just keep it relaxed, to be honest.
Okay. And outside of your physical capacity, have you had any training on how to walk, answer questions, how to hold yourself, present yourself? Tell me about that.
Okay, so I've been in the modeling world for over 11 years now. So with Figures Alberton, I've spent most of my time with. I was with them for 9 years. And then for the other years, I was with Ace Models Joburg South. And they went more into the pageantry, where with figures I learned more about the different type of ramps and so on.
Okay.
So with Ace Models, they asked me more about the questions and to prepare me for questions on stage and how to walk more in a pageantry world. Way. That's it.
So we know that you've entered quite a few pageants, and you 11 years in the pageant world.
Yes.
So can you tell me, what was your favorite pageant culture? What resonated with you the most?
Well, I think my current one that I entered was Unseen, and with them not looking at the outside of you, they look on the inside of you. I think it was the most important in a pageant. So I think with them I've grown the most throughout any of my other pageants. So I think that the Unseen one will be the one for me.
Okay.
So they made you look within
Yes.
more than your outward appearance.
Yes.
I love that.
So I want to ask to let you on what she asked with regards to how you prepare. What's your top secrets? I know your granny is your secret, so she does your dresses. Your mom does your nails. That's the best. But anything else? Like, what advice would you give to someone with regards to getting dressed for a pageant?
First of all, get the heels you will be comfortable in the most.
Most comfortable.
I know the
heels.
stiletto heels, they are, if you're on a long day on heels, it will be painful at the end. So probably get you a block heel. It also looks more nicer with some of the outfits. Not all of the outfits, but some of them they look nicer with. And also just don't think too much about the day. Take it as it comes. Also prepare before the time. Pack your bags a day or two before the time. Have a modeling bag with all your necessities in it.
So be prepared, but live in the moment.
Yes,
Okay.
that's nice. I like
Basically,
that. Be prepared but live in the moment. And then with regards to your ramp, what's your favorite ramp? You know, you get the T ramp and then it's the half ramp. What's your favorite ramp and what technique do you like the most?
1.5 ramp is probably my favorite, where you combined all the ramps in one.
Really?
Yes. And then I don't have the length for fashion modeling.
No, okay.
So I'm more of the elegant modeling. So I walk with passion, if I can say it.
Okay, that's beautiful. And then I don't know how they describe techniques. What is a technique on the ramp? What is that exactly?
To take your time, walk slowly for the judges and the audience to take a good glance at you. Don't walk fast and just disappear off stage.
Oh, okay, so it's basically how you're walking. Does it also encompass the twirls and the turns and
Yes,
stuff
also
like that?
take a small and slow twirl. You don't want to fall off stage.
Yeah, and not too fast.
So I do have a question on that. Do you have like different categories? Do you have your evening dress, your casual wear, your swimwear, your culture wear, if I could
Yes.
say? And are there different paces for all of those walks?
So with all my pageants that I did before is mostly your swimwear, casual and evening wear. And then with them I basically create my own sequence to do with the type of outfit I wear for it to stand out the most. So if it's swimwear, I'll do a faster walk as if I'm on a fashion runway.
Yeah.
That's what I do with swimwear, and with evening wear, I take my time for them to see the kind of dress I'm wearing and for them to take a good glance at me.
Like to
Yes.
And then you put the hand down slowly. Okay, so now you've been in the industry for a while now. Do you think there's any stereotypes within the pageant industry that you would like to combat?
I think there is a few stereotypes in the pageantry with girls thinking, okay, my friend said or this guy said I'm not small enough to be a part of a pageant, or I don't have the perfect body to wear a swimwear.
Yeah.
So I have to cover up most of my body when I do pageantry. And to be honest, it's not the case in most people's eyes. You do what you're comfortable in, and if they say you're not capable to wear swimwear, tell them you are.
Yeah.
And just motivate yourself to be on track of it.
Yeah. And have you experienced any? I know you have experienced highs and lows, but maybe you can explain your lowest low in pageantry and your highest high in pageantry.
So in pageantry, I have my highs and my lows. Mostly my lows are when I doubt myself in pageantry.
Yeah, it can be crippling sometimes.
It is.
Yeah.
So I will doubt myself and say, no, the pageant's not for me. I do it a lot and then I get shouted at for doing it.
Who shouts at you?
I was just about to ask that question.
My mom and them, they shout at me when I look down on myself.
Yeah, that's
And then my highs are obviously my supporters, the people going to my events and supporting me and my audience cheering on for me. It's probably my highest point in pageantry.
You know when you're walking and you hear that one, Zanelle.
Yes, my mom.
you just feel pumped up, like, oh, let me rock it on this stage.
Yes.
It's beautiful. And then with regards to fundraising in pageants, you know, sometimes pageants require of contestants to fundraise for themselves. How do you go about that, and what has your experience been with regards to fundraising?
So with the pageants, most of them you have to pay a sponsorship fee.
Okay.
So I would then make my own little fundraisers, like by selling things like little perfumes or something, just to collect funds for the sponsorships. With Miss Alberton, I know you were to be doing community work. You had to do a lot of community work to earn the title as the charity queen. So I would, because I have my own NPC, I would help girls in need who can't do that, but they still want the title. I will help them, but I will also take the time with my own charity and do my own side of it to fundraise for whatever I need.
And what are some of the things that you have done specifically to fundraise? You said you sold small perfumes.
Yes.
That's quite innovative. I've never thought of that. Is there anything else maybe that you've done?
I did raffles to collect funds. Yeah, I did a charity raffle and people donating things to me.
Okay.
But the one I think that I did the most was the perfumes. It sold the most.
Really?
Yes.
That's nice. Very smart.
Yeah.
And then currently with your NPC, do you guys have any programs running?
We do. We have a Dr. Granny or Grandfather for the end of the year. It's a Christmas party at Silver Crown Old-Age Home. We also have people donating things for Bags of Hope, Bags of Love for the abused women and children. So it's just their normal sanitary things and toys and things to comfort them and to make them feel safer than what they do.
Okay, and how can people contribute? Maybe you can leave a number or your handle or anything like that.
They could find us on Instagram at Archangel Raphael's Helper Zanelle, or they can contact my grandmother or my mom on their phones to ask more about the communities and so on.
Okay. Thank you so much, Zanelle. We'll be sure to put your handle and the number as well on the caption when we post this video. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. From Tasli, Candace, and Zanelle, and the Pageant Perspective Podcast, thank you guys so much for watching. We do appreciate your support. Please remember to like, share, follow, and comment. Even just leave a heart. Leave a heart for me at least. I mean, leave 3 hearts for each of us. Thank you guys so much. For now, it's bye.